Hi there, listener. You're about to experience TADPOG. Tyler and Dave play old games, and there will be plenty of game talk, but also copious amounts of crude, off-color, offensive, and immature speech. So if you are of a rather sensitive humor constitution, we're just letting you know what you're in for with this show. It has games. It has jokes. You know, just games and jokes. Take the games, take the jokes, and have a good time.
Hello, Internet, and welcome to another TADPOG podcast, a show that happens twice a week where two old guys, one older but more technically proficient man, and one younger woman who will mildly censor herself, but also be amused at our lack of censorship.
Okay, so we're clear then.
Yeah,
we can still say whatever we want.
Yeah, she will just frown.
Okay, I'm fine. That doesn't come through the mic, so that's fine.
Talk about old games.
I'll start grumbling.
So then we'll just pretend you're doing the Moblin from Legend of Zelda. Grumble, grumble. And I'll give you meat, and you'll be fine.
Okay.
Yeah, you will.
It's Original Flavor Wednesday, so that means we are playing through IGN's Top 100 Super Nintendo games. Today we have reached a very divisive episode.
A pinnacle cartridge.
IGN's 22nd ranked game, Mario Paint.
Mario Paint.
So I think we weren't totally sure what to say about this game. So we brought on two guest hosts.
To talk about painting.
Starting at the far end of NBA James fame, John Turley.
Hello.
Hey, John.
What's up?
And starting out of Kirby's Avalanche fame, Meghan Holland.
Hello.
Hey, Meg.
Hi.
Where's Kenna?
She's with her grandmother. As it turns out, she's
Her nanny. She won't like it if you call her grandmother.
because she listens to the show all the time.
That's true. She can sense it somewhere.
So, Tyler, your mom prefers to be nanny and not grandmother?
Yep.
Do you know why?
We don't call her grandmother.
Grandmother?
Grandmother Holland.
I called one of my sets of grandparents. They were grandmother, grandfather.
Wow.
Nicole of Kirby fame calls her grandmother.
It's really formal. Well, yeah, anyway.
Well, we're pretty fancy, Meg. I don't know if you knew that about my family, but we are really, really fancy.
Louisiana royalty is ours.
David. Yeah.
No, as it turns out, Kenna is not a good co-host.
I thought you did great. I mean, for a baby, that was pretty good.
For a baby. Yeah, so if anybody doesn't know what we're talking about, you should listen to the Mickey Mouse episode.
Okay.
Listen to Kenna.
And her input, her opinion on the game.
But
Yeah,
She
she's
came
cried.
through very clearly, though. I mean, she was speaking into the
she
mic.
enunciated. She faced the right direction.
It was good.
You knew she was frustrated right away.
Yes.
She didn't care for that game at all.
Natural.
She's got good taste, that one.
My mother's mother, was nanny to all of her grandkids. That's why my mom wants to be nanny.
The tradition continues.
My dad really didn't care. He's like, I don't know, whatever they want to call me. So I think he was
Peepaw.
Peepaw. Was
Right.
that what was on Facebook?
No, your mom's been calling
Pawpaw?
him Papaw.
Papaw.
Papaw?
Papaw. I don't know. Kenna will probably change it. She'll probably call him something weird. She probably won't even call your mom Nanny. She'll call her something like Ninu or, I don't know, whatever the heck she wants.
Because I have let's see, my mother's sister is called Gee.
Gee.
Like a karate gi?
Yep.
Is she a black belt?
Yeah. And then my other aunt, her grandkids call her Alia.
All y'all. Senpai. All y'all.
Senpai.
Maybe Senpai will notice me if I bust 4 boards with my fist.
I'm your bearded host, Tyler, and it was brought to my attention last week, and I struggle with this. I try to not let my southern accent come through whenever we record.
Why?
I try to,
You do?
because it's not the most appealing of accents that you
don't
can
think so?
get.
Maybe not to us.
I mean, I can go full tilt if I'm making a joke. That's fine, but just sprinkling a little bit of the words that I have trouble saying without a southern accent. Like last time somebody pointed out that I said younger, like younger.
Younger?
Like
I get it. I'm with you.
I'm sure it's pronounced differently. I think it's Gungnir is Odin's Odin's spear is Gungnir, but I always said Gungnir whenever I was playing Final Fantasy 2 because I think it's Kane's strongest
Someone
spear.
called you on that?
Yeah, they're like, you went really country when you said something in my intro. Like, when I was young and I even caught it. Whenever I was editing, I heard it a little bit, and I was like, no one will probably notice that.
Do you like self-censor your Southern accent when you're editing?
I self-censor when I stutter, and if I say a country word more than once,
Yeah.
I will take one of them out.
Interesting.
So, because I don't know, I just don't think it sounds very good. But there are like, I will try to pronounce younger,
Younger.
not younger. When I was younger, like before the old times. But there are a few words I still really struggle to say, like finger. I try if finger is how it usually comes out.
Fanger? Yeah.
So like that's really sexy. Whenever I was at middle school, I was like, oh man, did you finger her? Did you get your finger in her vagina?
To be fair, if you said that correctly, I don't think it would be sexy either.
No.
Meg.
Not sexy,
No.
definitively.
I have trouble with ice because I don't want to hit the hard I. Like I'll say like os.
Us? I've never noticed that.
Like I remember when I first went to college, it was a super inexpensive treat we could get was Popeyes. And I would always say Popeyes.
Yes.
So people are like, fried chicken? No, the frozen treat. Popeyes.
That's actually, you've said that to me before.
Yeah.
Popeyes. I love Popeyes.
So that's just, that's... I think I will always struggle to try and phase those few words out of my vocabulary. I know Meg has one word she can hardly say without a Southern accent.
I think I'm much better now.
What word is that?
Umbrella.
Umbrella.
I think I did it.
Umbrella.
I frequently say it with a very like umbrella.
Umbrella.
But I
like
think
that?
But I think I think I've overcome that crippling disability.
Sounded pretty good.
Umbrella.
John, do you have any words that you say super Southern?
I don't think so, but then again, I can't be sure. I know that my friend Justin Brethurst many moons ago called me out for saying, I was saying pillow instead of
I was
pillow.
just about to ask you about pillow.
Yeah.
Because
Tyler says pillow.
I can't remember.
That's hard for me
I was
to
on
do.
the couch, we were watching a movie or something. I'm like, hey, hand me a pillow. And he's like, what the fuck is a pillow? You mean a pillow?
Yeah.
And I'm like, you're from Wisconsin. Shut the fuck up.
My parents take that one degree further. It's Pellas.
Pillows.
That's almost better.
My mom used to get so mad because I would continually, she would say things like, go take a shower.
Yeah.
It's not a shower. It's a shower. And I'd be like, shower is a small town in England. Like, shut the fuck up. And then, what was the other one? Oh, yeah. And this one's not even really it's just sort of a misappropriation of language. You behave. As if it were, as if
3 words.
behave was the thing you were being, you know?
I'm having.
Not behave. You behave.
You behave. What about was Warshrag?
Oh, Warsher. Yeah. Warsher and Warshin.
What's the southern state? Florida.
Florida.
Do you say the I? Florida? Or do you-
Florida.
How do you say Italy?
You don't.
Or oil?
All.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All.
All. Changing the all.
I've heard a lot of people leave the T's out of battery and say battery.
Man, I love how old people say battery because they're like I always over enunciate it. Battery? Battery? Every old person. It's like, I don't know, like in 1940s they had that class. One day they just dedicated, this is how you say battery. Because it was like a new thing. And they're like, check out this battery. And like we've gotten used to it. So now we just take it for granted and we've bastardized it in our language.
Oh, my parents are from New Jersey, so
We're sorry.
my southern accent's not
Just a few
homegrown.
certain words here and there.
Yeah, it's just from spending most of my life here, not from learning words from my parents.
My family's from Louisiana, and I find that the Louisiana accent is like a Southern Jersey. Like
a Southern Jersey.
Yeah, because they say a lot of like the same kind of things. And it's like when my aunts and uncles will start talking really fast, it's like this, I'll think to myself, this is like a really Southern episode of like Jersey Shore or something. It's like they sound like some of the things they say, it's like the way they say water.
Okay.
Stuff like that. Oh, by the way, the water there just smells like eggs. So it's really weird when you take a shower.
Sulfuric.
Yeah.
Same in New Jersey, actually. Yeah.
That's what it is.
I wouldn't be surprised.
That's what it is.
In South Jersey. That's where they're from. Atlantic City, baby.
Are you a big gambler?
No. My whole family lives in the Atlantic
Poverty
City area.
because of gambling.
And nobody really gambles because they're there all the time,
Right.
and it's not really a thing. And the casinos in Atlantic City are pretty depressing.
Are they? Are they like the tiny ones in Vegas where it's all
They're
just kind of like
really tiny. It's just filled with old people.
Yeah.
What was the movie where they're in Vegas and they can't afford to go to the nice gambling places, so they go to like a really cheap one where they play war
That would be
instead of like blackjack?
That would be National Lampoon's Vegas Vacation.
Oh, I didn't make it through that movie. It sounds like I have to give it a go for this awesome war scene.
I'm not even familiar with
Wasn't
war.
it? It was. It was
think that-
Vegas
You don't know
Vacation,
War?
right?
No.
War is like the worst card game ever.
Man, yeah, I've heard it can be done to finish a game of war.
Here's how you
but
play, John. You take 2 full decks of cards, and then this is the way we played. You take the top card from each deck. One person has a deck, right? And the other person has the other. And you just pull the top card, and whoever has the highest card takes the other person's card. And then you just do that until one person has all of the cards.
Yep.
That sounds excruciating.
It sounds like a babysitter made that game up.
I used to play it when I'd go with my aunt when she would babysit me. That's what I would ask to play.
Yeah.
Because I understood that one.
I used to ask to play it because my aunt had this deck of cards where the backs were red apples, and then she had another deck where they were green apples. And I used to, what's up, internet? I'm Dave, your bespectacled host. And I used to perform apple battles whenever I'd go to my aunt's and she would babysit me. I would always, never did one of the apples win out over the other. I always was pulling for the green apple. But the game of war, I mean, goes on forever.
Much like real war, there is no winner.
The real winner. Yeah.
It never changes either.
It's funny that you mentioned games that babysitters make up. Because I was a camp counselor and we made up this great game called Retrievo, where we would throw a ball and the kids would have to run after it and go get it.
I used to come up with the reverse, where I'd come up with a game where it's like, how do I touch my babysitter's boob and make it seem like an accident?
Yeah.
That was a game I used to
I think
play.
I remember that game.
Great.
Yeah, I guess I should probably start a timer so we know exactly how long we're going.
Nah. You
think we spent 2 hours talking about Mario Paint?
know how long we are,
Actually
Tyler.
wearing-
Don't do that.
Megan's actually wearing a camp. I assume you were a counselor there.
A camp shirt?
Camp Olympics.
Well, this was
It says staff on the back, so you have
right. I was staff. I was a chaplain for that
okay.
that particular camp. 2012 was post camp counselor days. I was like a grown up.
Man, you sound really depressed about that.
Yeah, as a grown up, you can't like have nights off and go to Elizabethtown to get drunk at TGI Fridays.
What do you mean? That's one of the...
Go out in the woods and fool around with other counselors or campers.
Not campers.
I mean, like the older camper.
No,
Like the oldest campers there.
No.
That's one of the benefits of being an adult is you can just go to TGI Fridays and get drunk. It's like you just relinquished all control of your life.
Well, you only want to go get drunk at the TGI Fridays when you're away camp.
This is a
It's
business.
a regular day. You don't want. No one wants to go and do that.
More depressing than the casinos in Atlantic City.
It's still pretty depressing though, because it's like a 4 p.m. on a Tuesday, and you're like, well, I gotta be back at camp by 8 o'clock, so I better get really loaded on
Bottoms up.
mudslides.
Mudslides. That's a masculine drink right there. You always see dudes hammering mudslides.
It's a good thing I'm not a dude.
Man, I'm fucking drunk on these mudslides. Shit, I'm gonna wash my Florida truck.
I don't know if you know it or not, but you sounded really southern there.
Mario Paint.
Yeah, dude.
Talk about Mario Paint.
Let's do it.
IGN's
Talk about it.
22nd ranked utility.
Application.
If you bought this on Steam, it would be marked in the software category.
Yeah.
But do you hear that?
Nope.
Do you hear that, Dave? Mm-mm. It's the old Southern woman train.
Yeah.
Saying.
What's she saying?
Whoa,
That's
No,
terrifying.
you gotta do like the chugga chugga.
Florida.
You remind me of Goofy right now.
Gorge.
Gorsh.
Oh, God.
Gorsh, Morty. Yeah, I don't know how that connects to Mario Paint, but you're right. I do hear that. So introducing the little segment that we like to call Dave reads from Wikipedia. Okay, guys, Mario Paint, or known as in Japan as Mario Painto. I don't know. Is a
Sounds right to me.
is a video game created by Nintendo for use with the Super Famicom / SNES and was released along with the Super Famicom SNES mouse peripheral device. Very important part of this is the mouse, I think.
Yep.
The game's package was larger than normal size in order to accommodate a plastic mouse pad, which was included along with the SNES mouse. Do you remember that?
Yes.
I remember seeing it.
So that was the first large one, like Earthbound coming in a package that big, and Mario Paint coming in a package that big.
Did Earthbound have some sort of additional
It
peripheral?
came with the instruction booklet or the strategy guide, full-size strategy guide in the
came with
box.
it.
Yep.
Nice.
Aside from being a basic drawing utility, Mario Paint allowed the user to make custom stamps pixel by pixel, painstakingly. Several publications, such as Nintendo Power, released how-to guides on how to create iconic Nintendo-related stamps for use within Mario Paint. And I saw, by the way, if you do a search for Mario Paint on Reddit, you'll find a lot of cool stuff. A lot of people have dug up their Mario Paint from their childhood and have posted photographs. The stamps part reminded me of one that I saw today of 3 Koopa Troopas walking up to a Goomba and saying, "I love cock."
I just want to say that every time I hear the word stamps, it makes me think of the Quiblo video show notes. Just put that in there.
Quiblo.
Dave knows what I'm talking about.
It's a good video.
It's hilarious.
Quiblo Video. All right. It sounds like a video store in like Quebec.
Welcome.
Where all the stores begin with Qua.
That's their thing.
Qua Pizza Hut.
Quadonald. It's fine. That's how they do it in Quebec. It's how they roll. I watch a lot of Canadian TV, Dave.
We do watch
This is
a
how they do
lot of
it.
Canadian TV.
In Winnipeg, everything's like, that's where Winn-Dixie comes from, and Windows was invented there. Pegging?
What's from Saskatchewan?
The Sasquatch, Meg. That's from
Yeah, the
Saskatchewan.
Sasquatch definitely came
And
from.
squash.
And yeah, squash is probably a good one.
Both the
best
vegetable
squash.
and the sport.
And sass, of course. That's the origin of sass.
Sassy. All right, well, just
quickly migrated southward. Sass.
so I'm going to go ahead and say corner gas so I can put that in the show notes to fill out these show notes.
That's a Canadian show.
Yeah.
We've watched all of it.
Let's say the Canadian show we watched a whole lot of. Well, Trailer Park Boys.
I thought you were joking. You really are well versed in Canadian television.
Robson Arms, which I'm not as into as I was the other two shows.
Robson Arms?
It's more dramatic.
Yeah, it's each episode is like this big apartment building. Each episode is each tenant's story.
Oh, like Game of Thrones in an
Yeah,
apartment
it's
building.
just like modern Canadian Game of Thrones.
I would love to see that. Like everyone's super polite before they kill each other. Oh, I'm sorry.
So,
Cool. That is why I like.
You need to cross this bridge. Sorry, you can't.
Took your head off there.
That's why I like Canadian TV because it's just sort of like mellow. It doesn't.
Everyone's
You
named
compared
Gordon.
Corner Gas to the polite Seinfeld.
Yeah, it's Seinfeld on Percocet.
Man, that sounds
I like everything.
That sounds so bad. I haven't watched it, so I can't really say. But like that description, just I don't know.
It's not for everybody.
No.
I think I don't know that dude would.
Meg
like
hates
it.
anything anxiety-inducing.
See, that's my favorite.
Yeah.
You just want to get an ulcer from watching an hour of
That is my
television.
goal. When I was born, they were like, "What do you want to do in your life? Get an ulcer from comedy."
TV and food that will give me an ulcer and hurt top of my mouth. All right.
You do kind of gravitate towards stuff that makes you uncomfortable.
Oh, I love
Really awkward situations.
I love dark humor. The darker, the better. So that
As
sounds like Corner
evidenced
Gas.
by your Mario Paint excursion.
Well, that was all. That was
Trying
from a
to
place of
bring
love.
it back around to the main topic.
I'm trying to.
Good job.
Well, let me tell you a little bit
Segue,
more about Mario
please.
Paint. How
I
about
don't
that?
see anything dark about it, though. I mean, she's in
The
love.
left,
On the left.
the left.
Okay.
Besides just creating static pictures, y'all, there you go. A user could also make simple looping animations, which could then be set to music created in the music generator. These animations painted by the user could only be viewed on a television screen. I don't know what that means. Like, I don't know how else you would view it. And while instructions
You
were...
put it on a radar screen and it's not showing up.
I mean, I don't know.
Printing? Did they say that maybe it's their way of saying you can't print them?
Well, check this out. There were instructions which provided users on how to record their animations via video cassette recorder. Oh. There was no other way to export any of the work done in Mario Paint. That's the only way is to capture the video.
Put in your blank VCR tape and record it.
Which, I mean, makes sense because, I mean, it's a console. I remember that actually being a big gripe of mine as a kid because I really, really wanted Mario Paint. And a kid down the street had it. And I remember going over to his house and I remember creating something ludicrously pornographic and I wanted to save it for later. And he was like, no, you can't. It lives here on this cartridge. You can't, that's not going to work. So at that point I was like, fuck it. This game is not for me.
Yeah. Well, Laura and Wiley Ammons bought this for us.
Yes, big shout out to them.
Yes, thank you.
So we were talking much earlier in the podcast. We were like, God, look over the list. We don't know how we're going to do Mario Paint.
It's
It's going
like
to be.
the first or second
Yeah, it was
episode.
like really, really early on.
Yeah. I was like, all right, well, I guess I hope you're around, Laura Wiley, to guest host this episode. Nope, they're not. But thank you very
bad.
much.
Yes, we appreciate it. Let's go ahead and dedicate this episode to them.
Yes.
Okay, so everything that we say is your fault.
This episode.
Wiley and Laura.
Or the picture, it'll be Mario Paint, and the picture in the show notes will be like a picture of them as a couple with like 1980
did
through
that
2000, 2015.
I should have drawn Wiley and Laura in Mario Paint.
Oh, with Wiley's mustache moving. That'd be good.
That would have been
That'd
really
be
good. Oh, well, next time. Next time we do Mario Paint.
But people seem very polarized about this game, whether it is a game, whether it's any good, whether it should be on this list. Because already on the preview on Facebook for this episode, the two comments that we got when you plugged the episode were, one, Sam of Megalixer just arguing with us already about how this is such an amazing game and it should be on the list.
So he's anticipating negativity.
And then Douglas DeLeckie Jr. was telling us like how bad it is. And he's like, I don't even think you guys can make this sound good. So people I've heard almost equally say,
Okay, well,
this shouldn't.
what do we think about it? Do you want to do that? Can we do that now?
Sure.
What do you think about it, Tyler?
Well, I think it's completely unique out of all the games on the Super Nintendo. There's nothing else remotely like this. And of course, it comes with its own peripheral. I understand the argument on both sides, but I would probably put it on the list because of its uniqueness, and people really loved this. But also, I would probably, if I could redo it, I would put this at 50. Keep it on the list, put it right in the middle because it's so hard to categorize.
Do you consider it a game?
Yeah.
Okay.
There are game elements to it, so it's a creator game. I guess that's how I look at it.
Okay. Meg, what do you think?
Okay, well, I think there's a game within it, which is the fly swatter game.
Right.
I would consider that a game. I don't know that I would necessarily consider the painting part of it a game. And as much as like Windows Paint is a game, it's not. I don't know. I don't think it's a well, I think as a whole we can call it a game, but only because of the fly swatter thing.
Do you think it belongs on the list?
Yeah, I do. Just because I think that it is pretty innovative for its time and for the Super Nintendo. It's a good use of a console.
John, what do you think?
I actually agree with Meg completely. I don't think it's a game. I think it's a utility that has a game in it. And I don't know.
What's that text message say, John, that just went off?
Read a lot of the class.
That's a good deal, really. I bet you can find one cheaper. That is responding to a very old text message.
About hookers.
I was also going to go
about to say, was that you and your wife talking about prostitutes?
Wow.
totally.
Y'all.
I'm not paying $60 for a hooker. You can find one cheaper than that.
You can.
Stripper. But no, I think it's impressive because of what you can do with it, like the way that you utilize the hardware in the SNES. You can do some really cool stuff with it. I like that, but I just don't really consider it a game. I mean,
but you think it belongs on the list as well?
I would put it on the list just because, yeah, there is nothing like it. I mean, that I know of. I mean,
And it's fun.
Yeah, I think it's entertainment software is like what I would call it, because
Okay.
I think utility is giving it a little too much credit, because it's like, do you know what I
Not
mean?
something you use for work.
Right, exactly. It's definitely something that you use.
Go to school, pull up your presentation you've done on Mario Paint.
I mean, I was telling you guys this when I was playing Mario Paint earlier. Like, I'm a graphic designer, as I've said on the show before. When I go back into work tomorrow, I'm going to refuse to work unless they hook me up with a Super Nintendo and Mario Paint.
but see, that's something that I said earlier, that I think the reason I think of it as a utility is it reminds me, because it's a cartridge that you plug into the device and then you run that application. It reminds me of an old Macintosh, like
You don't even run it.
512K, before they had a hard drive, you popped in the floppy disk and you'd execute that, and you just did that, and you could save it, and then you eject that, put in the next one, whatever you wanted to do. So it reminds me of that because of the interface, I guess.
What did you think about the mouse?
I thought it was great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually thought that using that mouse was a little bit easier than doing something on like Mario Paint.
Yeah.
Not Mario Paint, Windows Paint.
Yeah, actually, I think I kind of agree
That's what
with
I meant.
you.
I thought
It
that
had
it was
more
way
options.
more. It more options. It was more kind of precise.
Yeah, I mean, it is
Yeah.
kind of weird, and I think that like a lot of that is determined by the mouse itself. Like, I think that's actually
Yeah.
a pretty decent piece of hardware.
Absolutely. I really don't understand why they didn't utilize that in more games. I mean, like you guys mentioned Populous and a couple of other games that could have benefited greatly.
Wikipedia?
Because I looked it up. I looked at the list. when I
Yeah,
was
I've
in
got
there.
it too. It's actually a lot more extensive than I thought it would.
It's pretty extensive, and it's also a lot of Japanese titles.
Yeah, it is a lot of Japanese.
And
Like,
some European titles.
how
We didn't get a
many-
whole lot in America.
How many of those are on the list, though? How many of those would have been popular enough to,
None of them. None of the other ones.
oh, none of them are.
Because let's see. Not the original Populous, no. SimCity, no. Populous 2, yes, mouse compatible. Wolfenstein 3D, mouse compatible.
Which is great. That was a good move, I think.
Lord of the Rings, one of the worst Super Nintendo games, mouse compatible. Jurassic Park, you got to be able to use your mouse for Jurassic Park.
That's really weird.
But I was a console kid growing up. I didn't have a PC until I was in middle school. And even when I was in middle school, that machine was exclusively to slowly download centerfolds from Playboy.com so I could print them out and hide them in my old annuals. And
One painful horizontal line at a time. Yeah.
go through so much colored ink that my mom was like, "Why are we going through so much ink?" I don't.
Papers.
Why is there, Tyler? I saw there was this piece of paper on the floor that has Playboy.com at the bottom. What is that? Spam.
Yeah.
It just prints out sometimes. Okay. and Diablo 2. That was pretty much, that's all I ever used it for. Like, I had Paint. I didn't know anything about it. I didn't know how to use it. So
You never played with it?
no. So, like, for a kid who was just primary consoles growing up, this would have been my only outlet for it. So I can appreciate where they were going with it. Mm-hmm. You like doodling on my notes, Meg?
It is a show about art.
Okay.
It's true. It is an art
Listening to
show.
you talk about that made me feel really old because I remember printing out pornographic images on my dot matrix.
Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't even know you could do that.
You can,
Was it-
it's terrible.
Was it in was it in ASCII? Like, it's just...
No, it was just really, really poor quality.
Nice.
And a lot of those.
I could have drawn you better
porn. Probably. A lot of those.
We know that Dave definitely can draw.
Man, Dave, dude, I would have killed for something like that.
I'm pretty good. I'm pretty good at drawing pornography.
Listeners, what we are referencing constantly is the screen next to us where Dave has created something using Mario Paint.
It's pretty. I'm pretty proud of it. I'm not gonna lie. I'm pretty proud. I think that Mario Paint really.
This is a glowing example of what it's going to
But I mean, I think it also is a testament of your design skills because
well, thank
there's
you.
like shading.
I know,
Yeah.
the eyes are beautiful.
No dick that I could have done would have been nearly that beautiful.
Well, yeah.
That masterful.
I mean, none that you could have drawn. I'm sure you could have done a dick that was more beautiful.
That's true.
than that.
That's true. We can go down to the local.
Give yourself some credit.
I'm really good at finding them. That's true.
Anyway, I'm sure that the image I'm referring to will be on the show notes.
Yep.
Yeah, I've got a video of it because it's animated. I've got a video of it I could send to you.
It's
Tyler.
animated.
What we didn't ask you though. What do you think about this being on the list?
I think it totally belongs.
Yeah.
I do. I think it totally belongs. It is kind of weird because I also don't consider it a game. I consider it a piece of entertainment software. But I think I could let that slide. I feel like we've played some games that were so bad they didn't feel like a game. While this was fun and it made it feel more like a game, even though it's not. So I think it belongs on the list. I do think that the placement is weird. That it's in the 20s. I think that's
22 is high.
I mean, yeah, I would feel like once you break into the top quarter or bottom quarter, however you look at it.
You like Turtles in Time? Have you played Mario?
Yeah, exactly. That's like the weird Amazon recommendations where it's like, oh, clearly someone's been on my computer browsing for shit because all of a sudden it's recommending that I buy garbanzo beans.
Sorry.
Come on, Amazon. You're not going to... I'm
want
used
you
to you giving me cock rings.
Hummus is good for you, Dave. I want you to eat more of it.
I like the situation where you sneak into my house at night and look up all kinds of healthy shit on Amazon.
He'll eventually buy it if I put it on his wish list.
Where would you put it in the list?
Where would I put Mario Paint? Mario Paint?
Yeah. Mario Paint.
Mario Paint? I think
Meow Day. Tell me where you would put this in the list.
I would put Mario Paint probably somewhere in like near the bottom, honestly, like probably in the 70s. And just because I think around the 70s is where we kind of like got into games that was like, oh, this isn't so bad. And I kind of, I'm also kind of tough on it because it's like I'm used to like using actual software. So it's kind of frustrating. Like when I was drawing this guy's dick over here, I kept saying to myself, I can't, like all I've got to work with is brown. Like it's just one brown. It's
Spoilers about this dick.
it's a brown dick. I couldn't, I mean, I had to go brown. I mean, it contrasts so well off of her skin.
No one wants a boring white dick.
No.
It's totally understandable.
Yeah, trust us, we understand. But I couldn't highlight it because there's just one brown, and it's like there's just one flesh tone, and like so I would have enjoyed tell you what, give me a highlight and a low light for each color. I would move this game from the 70s to the 50s.
All right, so I guess
Dave's design.
we all agree, it should be on the list. Even people who love this game, I don't think they would have objected to it being a lot lower. Anybody who loved Mario Paint, put it in the 80s, I don't think they would have complained. Like Mario Paint, I don't think anybody's going to argue. This should be a lot higher, just that it should be on the list.
I kind of feel like this is one where like I think a lot of people were surprised that it's like why is this in the 20s?
So I guess the guy who created the list,
maybe
he was one of those industrious, creative kids. Like the people who I know who love this, one, Brandon of Axelay fame, is a DJ, and then Sam of Megalixer is a musician. Like, because the music editor in this game, you get basically every different note and sound is a different Mario, something from the Mario universe.
It's like an icon.
There's
sort of.
And cats.
and there's cats and dogs
pigs.
and a baby who makes a really weird.
Mario's in Animal Crossing, so we can say that's all part of the Mario universe.
Some of the sounds, did any of them sound familiar? Because I heard that one of the guys working on Mario Paint worked on Earthbound, and that some of the sounds are in Earthbound.
Okay.
I've never played
I'd have to go
Earthbound,
through
so I don't know.
I'm sorry.
Was there a cat in Earthbound that went meow?
No.
Okay.
He reads meow because you can go talk to a few cats and they say meow.
Is there a baby in the game that goes ew?
No.
Okay.
There's one you can telepathically talk to in the first Mother, but no.
Okay. There's only one baby in a game called Mother.
Yep.
I've seen the ending of that game.
And I'll link a whole bunch of the cool Mario Paint tracks we've ever found in the show notes.
Oh, the audio? Oh, there's so many covers on YouTube of like When I Come Around by Green Day is on there.
Oh, I want to hear that. I do want to hear that after we're done.
Someone's doing new shit too, like that Happy song. That's been covered.
Pharrell.
That's on there. Yeah. Daft Punk has been covered on there. It's pretty good. Someone out there has got talent. Unfortunately,
I've heard the Requiem for a Dream song done in Mario Paint. It's pretty good.
Lux Eterna.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. I'm gonna hear that one, especially if it's all done in cats. Meow 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 meow.
Cat songs. Return.
That should be an album. We should cut a track or cut a full album of just cat songs.
But for the music, there's not really a tutorial for it. You just have to go in with a working knowledge of music. So anytime I tried that, it just sounded like garbage. It would just put in a cat, and it's just the same cat. I'm just putting a cat on every bar all the way across. The song is just meow, 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 meow.
Oh, a Josh song.
Yeah. No.
That was scary.
No.
We were all terrified. Please don't hurt us, Tyler.
And with the animation, I never had the patience to really try and draw anything or figure anything out when I was younger. It was just the fly swatting game. That's all I ever did use Mario Paint for.
Did you get far in it?
Looked fun though. I mean,
Yeah,
I beat a few levels.
Really? The second level is hard.
Did you own this?
No, Brandon of Axelay fame did.
Oh, okay.
I like that fly
I
swatting
mean, I own
game.
it now, so yes.
you were kicking ass with that fly swatting game.
I don't know. Second level is like, first level is pretty easy, and then like the second level is not easy at all. Because like you control a hand, and you move the mouse, and the hand moves, and the hand's got a fly swatter, and there are different kinds of bugs. It's kind of like Tadpog NX2, where there's a whole bunch of bugs. I kind of wish that Nicole was here to talk to us about the different bugs in this fly swatting game, because I think she would actually dig that a lot. But there's some bugs they will shoot baby bugs at you, and if any bug touches the hand or stings the hand, you're donezo. There is a giant bug boss at the end of each level, and when you swat it makes a sound like a very frustrated Brian Posehn.
So we'll put some Brian Posehn comedy for people to listen to.
Yeah, let's do it.
He's on the back of my senior prom picture, so yeah.
Best prom ever.
What else you got?
For my notes,
Yeah.
we pretty much exhausted my notes on Mario Paint. It's hard for this. I do have a small something that happened to me earlier as I was walking out here to record this.
A funny thing happened to me on my way to the podcast.
Because Dave, you are a very polite person.
Oh, thank you, Tyler.
Especially when you come over to someone's house. If you use something, you put it back the way you found it. You're very considerate that way.
Oh, thank you.
So whenever you use my bathroom, whenever you pee, you put the lid back down.
I do.
I never ever put the lid. Generally, always stays up.
Now, when you say you say
and
lid,
guess how
right?
excited I am. No, he meant seat.
Okay,
Seat.
because that's a very. I mean, we got to
that's-
distinguish.
No, he meant seat, and no, he doesn't put the seat down. He's a real dick about it.
Are you one of those guys who feels like, why should you put it down? You can put it down.
No, I'm just lazy.
Oh, okay.
I don't have any strong
So it's
opinions
not-
about it. It's
I
it's
think
not
that's-
like a protest against Meg. I'm just like,
Yeah.
however it is, I'll just do it.
Just inconsiderate.
You're not like, we are equals, and then you leave it up.
Yep.
You want it down, you put it down.
I just go in. If it's up or if it's down, then I'll just pee.
Right. In the tub.
In the
Wait,
Oh,
you
don't
pee
think
when
I
it's
wouldn't.
down?
Oh man.
You don't even.
know that he would.
Have I talked
It's
about
fine.
like?
Can we talk about tub peeing?
But yeah, when I lived in Louisville, I exclusively peed in the bathtub. Exclusively because my toilet was like three steps further away. So I was like, I'm not walking all the way down there, and I can just pee right here in the bathtub. I lived alone, by the way.
I've got all these Foxtrot books on the floor. They'll soak it up.
So you can see like where I have peed so much in that, because whenever my parents came up for help me move out, my mom walks back there and she's just like, because there's just this line where I have dribbled pee across the side of the tub. She's like, why is there this line here?
Hang on.
You are a disgusting, disgusting person, and I think this is the right time to ask you for a divorce.
But I don't pee in the floor though. If you pee in the tub, it's a lot larger area to have to aim
Well,
in.
that's true.
he pees on the floor too.
Like
But-
on purpose.
Did I hear you
Go ahead,
say
John.
that
To establish
you
dominance.
peed with the seat down? You don't
Well,
even
see-
lift it up?
Well, you don't.
Yes, John. He frequently will pee with the seat down.
To make it worse, I'll also do it in the dark because I don't want to turn on the lights. So a lot of times it just like I'll have to. I listen for the sound. Like if I don't hear the ding, I'm like, okay, I missed completely.
I don't know why you have chosen to talk about this because it is like a trigger for me.
Well, because I could always tell. I always know when David's just left my house because I'll go to the bathtub. I'll go to the bathroom to pee, lights off, and then I start to pee. He's put the lid down, so I just hear like the drum roll of my pee ending on the lid, and it goes everywhere.
You know,
Did you just do that earlier?
Of course, I just did that earlier. Why would I have talked about it?
Oh my! Did you clean it up?
I did. Oh, I cleaned it up so well. You won't find any of it when you go in there.
I would like to say that this is something that you could have told me 8 years ago. And I would have been happy to not put the lid down. I put the lid down because I have a lot of cats and I had a dog. And if I would ever leave the lid up, they would be in there and playing with toilet water. And I didn't like that. It was disconcerting for me to come home and then one of my animals would just have like a wet toilet face. Unless we're going on a long trip, if we were going somewhere for like a week or longer, we would always leave the lid up in case they run out of water.
That's what we do too.
They've got to back up.
Really surprised you chose to talk about that.
Okay, so real quick, Tyler, you've shared a pee story. So what I want to know is, real quick, what's everyone's stance on peeing in the shower? Okay or not okay? Meg, okay or not okay?
With the water running?
Yes.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, with the water running,
Yeah.
you're okay.
Okay. Yeah, I agree. Go for it. Just, I wouldn't go crazy, right? You got to aim for the drain
Yeah,
still.
yeah.
You can't.
You got to keep it contained. I
You
mean, you
don't-
don't want to pee in the
you don't wanna
other
pee line.
direction or anything.
Yeah,
Be on the
sometimes
wall.
if you wake up with a hard on, the best solution is just pee in the shower.
I just do a handstand. On the toilet. I just told a little information about my erection. Curves upward.
Well, see, what's wrong, Meg? Are you picturing it? Are you looking at what he's drawn
I thought-
and now picturing it?
Mine
I
is
thought she
the
was-
opposite of that in color and in shape. That's also a really big one.
I thought she was turning pink when she was mad at Tyler for peeing all over the
You can always tell when Meg is visualizing an erection because she blushes. It's like an anime. She's-
Man, she must think about erections a lot.
Well, wouldn't you? I think if I were a woman, I would think about erections all the time. I'm a dude and I think about erections way too much.
Radio silence from Meg.
You guys have any achievements for Mario Paint?
Oh, are we there already?
Why not?
All right. Yeah,
Close it up.
I've got one.
Okay.
It's called... I lied. I don't have one.
Do you want me to go and then you can think of one?
Yeah, that'd be good.
My first one is Jeff Goldblum.
Okay.
You
I
unlock
like it already.
You unlock Jeff Goldblum by beating 3 of the fly swatting levels.
Okay, because he's the fly. And the Cronenberg
There you go.
flick.
Nice.
All right, good.
And the other one being Yoshi's Song. Because there's an Easter egg in Mario Paint. Whenever the screen first comes on, if you click on the O in Mario Paint, it will play a 19-note song by a guy named, I forget his last name, Takada. And he's been a composer for a ton of Nintendo stuff. And he's also done voice work, and he's Yoshi.
Ah, okay, cool.
So
That was an informative achievement.
yeah.
I got one that's called Carpal Tunnel, and you just play this game for like 15 minutes. you draw and animate a pornographic scene, and you unlock it.
I saw you shaking your wrist
Oh
out
man,
several
it hurts
times.
so bad. I like that mouse, but they also probably didn't intend for you to like use it on an ottoman. Although that was like super convenient because like what else? I guess that is like a shortcoming of the game is like
Yeah.
it's difficult to use a mouse because Meg, you were holding the mouse pad like
On my lap.
Yeah.
Yeah, most people wouldn't necessarily have it on a desk.
right.
You know?
Unless they're just weird and have their
Super Nintendo.
and they
Just set up in an office.
yeah, they pretend it's a computer. Oh, I gotta go to work. And they
It's like the weird man-child who puts on his suit and tie, goes over to his desk where there's a Super Nintendo plugged up, sits down,
It's gonna-
turns it on.
sounds like a responsible man-child to me, not a weird man-child.
It sounds like you, Tyler.
Yeah, it does it.
You
It
have
does it.
consoles on your desk.
But he's not wearing a
You were
suit.
so mad about that pee thing still. You're just lashing out.
Just think about erections. It's gonna be fine. It cancels out all the pee.
It really doesn't.
Sorry, I know
She's fine with poop. If I shit in the tub, she would handle that better than pissing in the tub.
I would not handle that better.
Like, just imagine you just taking a dump in the tub and walking out and be like, "There's a turd in the tub."
Yeah, at least I didn't pee in it. And she just shrugs. Yeah.
Why'd you poop in there? Toilet lid was down.
I didn't want to pick it up.
David just been here, so you know, just shitting the
You got one of those pool nets just right next to the tub.
Jacob is
There-
loving this episode.
As it turns out, parenting is not such a far cry from marriage for some people. Yeah.
You're welcome. I got you ready for it. You're
Training.
Yeah, there's so much poop now.
welcome. Hey, I have a quiz.
You got a quiz? That's why
do.
you're trying to rush us along, Mr. Sneaky Guy.
Yep.
Hey, I got a real quick quiz for you.
Please.
What 2 movies does Jeff Goldblum say must go faster?
Okay, well, there's an easy one, and then there's the one I don't know.
Independence Day
Yes.
and Jurassic
Park.
Yeah, there you go.
I forgot about
would have said
Independence Day.
Must go faster. Must go faster.
I would have said Jurassic Park.
He says that
because I can't
exactly
think of
the
hardly any
same.
movies I've seen. Like what Jeff Goldblum movies do I know about? Right. Well, Jurassic Park and Earth Girls are easy. That's it.
Fun fact about Meghan, I can basically say all the lines along with the movie Independence Day. I've seen it so many
Special episode. Meg narrates Independence Day.
Welcome to Earth.
Can I do all
That's a
the
good Will Smith impression, man.
Can I do all the
That's really good.
Foley? You do all the dialogue, and I'll do all the Foley.
Okay,
I can't wait for the alien autopsy.
it's a deal. Is that glass bulletproof? That's Jane from Firefly.
Oh, okay.
No, sir. Good job.
All right. Well, Mario in this game he is a painter.
Yeah.
That's what I'm assuming. He's a painter and a musician and a fly swatter.
On the cartridge art, he does have a paintbrush, so
He's
Yeah,
covered
but I
in
mean,
paint.
like, he's not really in the game.
he's covered in quote unquote paint. We're not sure what's going on.
Judge, if you were to be able to observe everything everyone has ever done on Mario Paint, he is more than likely an aspiring pornographer. There's not very much just painting going on. Everybody's drawing dicks and boobs in Mario Paint. But Mario has had a lot of different jobs in a lot of different games.
Yeah.
So this quiz, I will say Mario's job, and if you can tell me what game he does that job in.
Okay.
I like this game.
I am going to be awful at this.
Half of these are easy and half are incredibly difficult.
Okay.
A referee.
Soccer. Mario Soccer.
Tennis?
Somebody has to say final answer.
I remember seeing him. Yeah.
Oh, well, and I mean, what do they call it? Is it a referee in boxing? Do they call it a referee?
Yeah, I guess so.
Because
I can't believe
Punch
I
Out.
can't think of this.
Oh, is Mario the referee in that?
If they're called a referee in boxing, John, you're the sports guy, man. Come on.
Yeah, surely they're the referee.
Or are they the official? What do they call it? What's their title?
I think it's a
because he's
ref,
probably
yeah.
Punch Out. We can go Punch
Yeah,
Out.
sure.
Punch Out.
Final answer?
Final answer.
It is Punch Out.
Okay, great.
Good job. Good job. 1 for 1.
All right.
Check.
Good deal. Let's draw this out longer.
A doctor.
Dr. Mario.
Final answer.
Good job, Dr. Mario.
Okay, 2 easy ones. The first one was a lot more hard than it should have been.
A hotel patron.
Hotel patron.
Games with
Here's a hint. This is often described as the worst Mario game of all time.
Mario's missing? That's a shitty occupation, though. A hotel patron.
He just stays in hotels and writes Yelp reviews.
Right.
It's not even like a concierge. It's just a guy there.
I never played Mario's Missing, but I know that's pretty. It's heralded as like that.
really?
One of the worst.
Okay. Mario's missing.
Incorrect.
Oh, is it?
It's Hotel Mario for the Philips CDI.
Ooh.
It is a game where he goes hotel to hotel, kicking in doors, trying to find Princess. Bowser has kidnapped her and is taking her to various hotels, and you're chasing him, going through various doors and
That
stomping
is
down enemies.
dark. Does he like when he busts through the doors? Does he just find semen stains? He pulls out that black light.
From what I read, it's very, very difficult because like if you don't kick it in just right, the enemy will hit you, or if you kick off center like against the frame or the wall, then you die. Like it's supposedly just
Well, yeah,
awful.
You don't. That is like one of the worst ideas out there.
Yeah.
Is to just kick in a random hotel door.
Where's the princess? Where's the princess? And you go from hotel to hotel until you go to Bowser's castle. Then that's where you find her. Why you don't
Gotcha.
start there, but
Well, you're not very bright if your occupation is a hotel patron.
hotel patron. A construction worker.
Donkey Kong.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
I guess that's technically right, so I'll accept that. There's another game where he and Luigi are specifically construction workers tearing down things.
I don't know.
Mario and Luigi Ass Destruction.
You
Don't know. I mean, we got it because it's Donkey Kong. But
That's
yeah,
true.
tell us.
Have credit.
Tell us your answer.
Wrecking Crew.
Never played
Wrecking
it.
Crew. Mario and Luigi leave the Mushroom Kingdom. When they come back, Bowser has built all sorts of infrastructure, and they have to tear it down.
What was this for?
Nintendo
Just a regular
for
NES?
the NES.
I don't remember that one.
A soccer player.
Soccer. Mario Soccer.
Super.
Is
Dash.
it Super Soccer? Yeah, let's just say
Soccer
Mario.
player.
Mario Kart.
Didn't play a lot of soccer games.
Mario Soccer.
Can't remember the name of the franchise. There's like a special name
Yeah.
for it.
Oh, is
It's
there
like
really?
it's like
Those FIFA games, those are Mario soccer games, right?
Super Soccer. Fantastic Fun Times.
it's like Mario.
That's the Japanese title. What's the American title?
It's like Mario Super Dash or something like that. Mario Strikers.
Mario Strikers
Final
is
answer.
correct.
Nice.
I had to work
Pull that
through
one
it.
out, man.
A mason.
A Mason. Mario and Luigi Illuminati brother team.
Mario
It is a
Luigi.
old handheld Game & Watch.
Crack the Da Vinci Code.
I don't know. Yeah, I never played any of the Game & Watch stuff.
'Cause these next few of these are pretty hard.
Great.
Mario's Cement Factory.
Oh, okay.
All right.
The classic.
That old thing.
A soldier.
Oh, no, I don't like that.
Mario went to war.
Mario goes to war.
He went to war against
Mario
Bowser.
had to defeat the Nazis. Come on.
Mario RPG? Don't know. Final answer. We don't know.
Mario's Bombs Away.
What was that on?
It was a handheld Game & Watch.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
A dodgeball player.
A dodgeball player? The only dodgeball game I know is Super Dodgeball, but I don't think he was in that. Maybe he was.
I'm way out of
That was part of the
element
Kunio-kun. series.
I do not know.
I'm gonna go. All right, Super Dodgeball.
Yeah, Super Dodgeball. Sounds good.
It's a weird title. It's basically a remake of the original Mario Brothers, only there's a ball that they will punch and to defeat their enemies as they move. It's called Punch Ball Mario Brothers.
Is it like the game that you would play when you had a balloon, a helium balloon that was almost out of helium, and you'd grab it by the string and you punch it, and you would do that for hours until your mom got crazy?
I had the kind that it was on a rubber band. Like it was a thick balloon you blow up and you could...
I remember those,
Yeah, that's not helium, though. That's just one of those big, thick balloons. You just pop. Those are fun.
It was fun for about 5 minutes, and then I'd drop it or I'd lose it or it'd deflate, or Dad would just stop it. Let's see. A hockey player.
Mario on Ice.
Mario Ice Stars. Yeah, I really don't know.
We're not very enthusiastic.
A lot of these are obscure.
Yeah, we're not good at this at all, Tyler.
Donkey Kong Hockey.
Oh.
I didn't know that was a game.
Mm-hmm. Player 1 is Donkey Kong, player 2 is Mario, and they play hockey against each other.
What was this on?
I believe it was also a handheld. It didn't
Come on, Answer Man.
It just had a very small blurb.
I got a question for you. What's this game on?
It was on PlayStation 3, wasn't it?
Xbox One.
A juggler.
We're not done.
Nope. This is number 10.
Fuck you.
A juggler.
Juggalo?
Juggalo.
It was Mario and Juggalo. It was the, like they have Rockstar, the Beatles, they had Mario Paint, Insane Clown Posse.
What would the title of that game be? It would be something about Mario and the Gathering or something like that. Or
I don't know very much about Juggalos.
Mario and Magnets.
Mario drinks Fanta.
Are these Juggalo things that
They're Juggalo things.
Magnets and Fanta?
Yeah, they
Juggalos, this is boring.
Man.
I don't know. Have you been to a gathering?
I watched.
What do they do with the magnets and Fanta?
Well, they don't know how magnets work, so that's a big deal.
I don't get the Fanta. What's the Fanta thing?
It's Fago, actually.
Fago. Thank you.
Okay.
It's Fago. They that's their drink.
That's how they roll.
That's their drink. Like Mondo is the Tadpog, Fago is the Juggalos.
Mm-hmm. But
and what they'll do is at the gathering, they'll put a whole bunch of Fago in their mouth and then spray it on one another.
That sounds
really?
Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
Not hygienic Juggalos. This is
and not hot either. I'm just gonna go on.
Hygiene being one of their fortes, you know.
I watched a clip on Howard Stern where the Insane Clown Posse was on, and Howard brings out these two dudes with their dicks out and the ICP clown makeup, and man, the Insane Clown Posse gets so angry.
Do they go insane?
Insane. They're constantly trying to get up and fight these dudes that are just standing there like, what? We're big fans. We love your stuff. Put your fucking dick up. I'm just here to meet the people that I like. Man, put your fucking dicks up.
Man, when I was living up in Louisville, I worked at this awful place called NPC, and one of the girls that worked on the desk with me,
She a Juggalette?
Yeah.
She was?
Yes,
Oh,
she was. And I didn't know it. Oh, man, she was just... I really, really liked her. I thought she was really cool. And then I found that out. She was like, oh, yeah, I really like Insane Clown Posse. I was just like... Pfft.
That ruined it for you, did it?
It totally ruined it, man. She was...
Couldn't work past that.
No.
I don't know if I could. That's a whole.
Seriously.
I don't know if I could really.
I mean,
I'm just terrified. I am. I'm terrified.
Awful.
You know that. Juggalos never put the lid down, and that bothers me.
Tyler,
A jug.
you and Juggalos. You are just in a class.
We got a lot in common.
You're one
We got a
step
lot in
away.
common.
You don't want to be on
All
that
I gotta
level,
do is
man.
put on the face paint. That's it.
You're the same tier.
Signed, sealed, delivered. It's done.
It's the same level of horribleness.
A juggler.
Oh right, we're playing the worst trivia game ever. Juggler. I don't
Mario
know.
Circus.
Mario Circus. Yes, I'm going with that.
Cirque du Soleil.
Yeah, Cirque du Soleil.
Beautiful.
That's good.
Final
Let's
answer.
do that.
Mario the Juggler.
I think he gets that on a technicality.
That's it. That's
Oh.
10 questions. Now you're done.
Is it really or
Mario the Juggler. Yeah.
no? Is it really done?
You're done. I promise. You're done.
All right. I want to know how the listeners did on that.
Probably not very well.
Call us in. Let us know.
Because had you given it to me, I would have had the exact same correct and incorrect that you did. I probably wouldn't have gotten Mario Strikers correct. So
That was a stretch.
All right.
Tyler.
yes, Dave.
This has been an episode. This has been an episode.
As to be expected. Everybody was like, "This is a gimme week." This is
And this is really bad because we're coming off of Link's Awakening.
But hold on. It's been a very funny episode. We've been all jokes upon jokes upon jokes.
Meg
Yeah.
loves talking about pee.
We talked about
This is one of her favorite episodes.
we did talk about pee. We did talk about poop. Everyone learned a little something about my dick. So there's bonuses abound. Everyone knows all the shitty jobs that Mario can't hold down.
I learned some things. I learned some things about juggalos.
Yeah. Okay, well maybe this has been pretty good. I take it back. I'm glad that you could put it in perspective for me. But Tyler, before we end the show, I have a very, very important question for you, and that would be if you were to give this game a beard that just summed up how you felt about it, what kind of beard would that be and why?
It's a pixel beard drawn on a magnadoodle.
Like what's the woolly?
Woolly Willy.
Wooly Willy?
I thought about going Woolly Willy, but
Because
I've
you've given that before. So this is close.
a magnadoodle beard.
Magnadoodle beard. Okay. Why?
Because it's a beard you can draw on something that you can't save or export in any way.
That's what I was fishing for. It was the extremely temporary beard that you draw. Tyler, if you were to give this game, I don't know, let's just say a pair of glasses, what kind of glasses would you give it?
A standard pair of glasses drawn on an Etch-a-Sketch.
Okay, once again, going with the classic toy route.
Yep,
I like the theme.
That well has 2 doses, and now they're gone.
Dave, can I look it up this time and so you can play the game?
Yeah, sure.
Do you want to?
Oh, shit.
You never.
Oh, sure. I already saw it. So, yes, I'd love to play.
Did you already see it?
No, I didn't already see it.
Were you done?
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
I'm gonna MC this. How much on Amazon is Mario Paint new?
New.
You want the new cost, not the used cost?
Okay.
Let's do new and then used.
Inbox with the mouse and the pad.
That's new, yeah.
Yeah.
Who's going first?
Tyler wants to go first.
Just want to let me poke her boob.
I noticed that. She moved really, really, really far away from the mic.
I have to get. I guess whoever gets this right gets to do it.
Is that like if you get it exactly?
You get it on the nose exactly. Both used and new. You get to poke her boob.
I love how immediately after that was said, I saw Meg glance down the iPad like,
How likely is this?
yeah,
I'll take the deal. I'll take it.
analyzing. I don't know.
I'll take it.
She's like, if this ends in a 4, I'll take it.
All right. New.
$400.
Wow. Okay. John?
I was gonna say I was sitting here thinking $395.
Damn.
So, yeah, I mean I'm thinking it's gonna be way up there.
This is Mario Paint we're talking about.
But just to not be a dick and undercut you, but I'm gonna say $365.
I know new games go for a lot. I feel like Nintendo probably made a lot of these though. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna go lower. I'm gonna go lower. I'm gonna go with $174.63.
All right. The closest without going over would be Dave, because new it goes for $238.98.
Wow.
All right. Now, does anybody want to guess used?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Used. I'm gonna say $18 used. Man, that might be.
It can't be a crazy amount
I
because it
know.
was bought for us.
I was about
So
to
no,
say.
it's been like it's not like $80 that Lauren will decide to spend on.
If it turns out that it is like $90, we need to redo this episode and just like name drop Wiley and Laura.
Mario Paint, Wiley Laura. John?
$22.
I'm going to say $28.
Okay. What was yours again, Dave?
18.
All right. Dave again
Yeah.
wins because used. You can get it for 1 cent.
The same price as Model Land. That's ridiculous.
Man, you got 2 cents in your pocket. You can fucking load up as an afternoon of entertainment with Model Land and Mario Paint.
You could draw all the scenes in Model Land and then actually take photographs of them and send them to Tyra Banks. Surely that 1 cent one can't include.
It doesn't include shipping. No, you have to pay for shipping.
Does
so
it-
$3.95.
Does it come with the mouse? Yeah, that's what I'm curious about.
Oh, that's a good.
Yeah, I also
Good
think
question.
it's worth about 1 cent if it does not come with the mouse.
because
Does
otherwise
it?
it's
JC?
worthless.
No, they say that it does not include the mouse.
Oh,
But hey, that's still the game.
it's still a game.
Yep.
The game.
Oh, you Mario Paint. Okay, I'm going to put my notes away because Meg really wants me to speak extemporaneously.
Do it.
Thanks for listening, everyone. This has been a podcast.
Yeah.
Okay.
So far, not perfect, but I like the way it's organic now. It's growing. The show is growing right now.
I could do it like
Where-
a shy anime student.
Please.
Thanks for listening, everybody.
Okay, don't do that.
I really like.
Okay, don't.
I
do
really
that.
like you.
Do regular.
Blush.
You just do Southern if you want, but don't do that.
Oh, dude,
Tyler.
Southern.
Hey, man. Thanks for listening,
There you go.
everybody.
Where can you find the show?
On the interwebs.
Okay. Well, I was trying to help you.
iTunes or Stitcher.
Right.
No, man.
What's Stitcher?
Man, you just get in your truck and you plug your phone up and you hear it.
I cannot tell if you're fucking with us or if you literally do not know the outro to the show.
Well, see, there's pressure on, so I'm not going to be able to remember it.
Thanks for listening, everybody. You can find the show on iTunes or Stitcher.
Okay.
So you don't miss the next episode.
We'll be talking about
blah.
IGN's 21st ranked game, Super Castlevania 4.
while you're there, leave the show a 5-star review.
Leave the
Wow.
review a star.
Give the 5-star show.
Yes.
Give the show a 5-star review on iTunes and
Leave the title of a game,
and we'll get to it
eventually.
What else?
I think that's where I come in. Don't
you're right.
don't worry, guys. We will be back next week. In the meantime, you can find all kinds of Tadpog goodness at tadpog.com. That's where the show notes live. They're going to be extensive. There's going to be, I hope that, I don't even know if YouTube will host the video that I took of what I did in Mario Paint. I hope we can get this video to you somehow. I don't know. So go there. You can also find us on Facebook. We're at facebook.com/tadpog. There are a lot of cool people doing a lot of cool shit there. Also, if you've never played Mario Paint in your life, Paul Kluel of What's Paul Playing Today posted a video, which is pretty short video. I think he swatted some flies. You can also find us on Twitter. We are at tadpog_podcast. Man, thank you to everybody who's given feedback on Twitter about Link's Awakening. A lot of people actually enjoyed that show.
Yeah.
We did one that people liked, and they told us about it on Twitter. And also thank you for all the retweets. We've been getting more of those, and we definitely appreciate it. That lets more people know about our show. Maybe don't do so many for this episode. Although Meg says it's funny, she's right. Okay, do it. You can call us if you want. You can call us. You can leave us a message. You can ask us a question. That's our favorite. It can be about a video game. That would be cool. It could be about
Where we pee, whatever.
yeah, definitely could
How?
be. Or
How you?
How we pee.
our average pee time, our stream
Our
diameter.
Tom Hanks peeing rituals.
So call us. You can reach us at 270-883-2555. That's all I got.
Are we supposed to talk about the song too?
Yeah, we probably should.
Contractually obligated.
Yeah, we have to. Yeah, through the Creative Commons license, we've got to give props to our theme song.
That would be Moves by Sycamore Drive.
Where can a link to that track be found?
The show notes.
That was for John, Meg.
Dave was looking at me. You were looking at me.
I was looking at you.
This is because you're a pretty girl, not because it's your turn.
I'm just want to look at me.
I'm going to go pee in your floor.
I'm sorry, John.
You're going to claim the floor. This floor is mine.
Belongs to me and River Cat. Just pee on it.
It's done been claimed.
Like when someone picks up your used Foxtrot books at the secondhand bookstore, they're like, this has been claimed.
I would like to point out there was a little Southern right there. It's done been claimed.
It was intentional.
Oh, okay.
It's
All right.
it's fixing to be claimed.
No, it wasn't. Meg always gets Southern when she gets angry about pee.
She loses control of her grammar when she's this angry.
It's like a weird Hulk. Instead of getting stronger, you just get Southern.
Tyler Wayne, I'm gonna stomp a mud hole in your ass. You beating this floor one more time. She gets General Bloodbath McGrath from fucking Will Smith and
Oh, that awful movie.
Wild Wild West.
Awful.
I gave up on
I'm
that
gonna
movie.
beat my feet on the Mississippi mud, Tyler. My God.
Yeah, that's me.
You sounded like her.
I know.
Yeah, it sounded
Yeah.
just like her.
Yeah.
So until next time.
Tropical Capricorn. I got Southern on it.
I know, I like it. We can tell you're really angry.
Started just giving Josh a slow hand job.